Hey folks, and welcome to the Filmonic channel. And I'm in the woods again, and I thought I'd make a little video again for Vic project, and this is a little bit more complex, and I hope it will turn out the way I intend. So, if you are as much interested as I, whether or not this will turn out the way I intend, stay tuned. Actually, I've never made it myself. This is first try, and what I got myself is I got. Cut myself a piece of birch. It's not as circular as I would want it to be, but well, it can't be helped, and we'll see how it will turn out, and maybe it will even offer a benefit. And just, it's a little bit rotten too, and I think I will make something more eloquent later on, but I want to see how it goes. And maybe I'll leave that in the woods altogether, removing the sharp edges a little bit, just in order to give it more of a platform to work from, using a potato peeler grip. Take note, if you do something like this, my blade goes above my thumb. It's never aimed towards my thumb. And you can also keep your thumb under the piece, like so. Also, other than myself just did, you want to put your elbows to your side and point the blade's tip away from you, in order to add a little bit of safety to your work. Well, like so. Actually, still isn't rocket science. I think that this project I'm working on might be really versatile for bushcrafting, and so I'm pretty much looking forward. I don't think that this would be the only video. I don't have a lot of time again. Just filming a fast, quick video on my way to taking care of the old man. And I also got myself a length of hazel, about this length. I don't know if that's the length I will be using in the final project, because I have to figure it out. And what I want to do now is I want to put away my blade, take my awl, and I want to drill a hole into the pith of the hazel. Yes, hazel also has some pith, and this makes it a lot easier to drill a hole. Actually, that's pretty warm outside. It's 20 degrees and Celsius, and in November. Actually, I don't think that's natural, but well, climate change is a scam, as we all know, and since people who absolutely know everything said that, it must obviously be right. And but you need to adapt to circumstances, and there's no good in being afraid all the time. And in order to divert my attention from all the horrible stuff going on, carving is what keeps my sanity. Even if you cut yourself from time to time, it's well worth it. What I want to do is I want to create a rather big hole. But I hope I'm not splitting the wood, so I need to be careful. Also, the pith is rather fresh, so it really sticks to the awl, and it takes some time, to be honest. So, getting there. You want to use the entire length of the awl. In order to get and if you want to remove it, you can move it like so. So now that we have done this, you have seen me do this on the graphite pen holder. I want to first I remove the bark a little bit, just not removing a lot of the wood, but just the bark. We will come to that later on. Now, and I see that there is already sort of a fiber tear out, which I will try to put to effect. Taking out my awl again, and following the line of the tear out, drilling sort of relief hole. And I'm aiming for the hole I just drilled. And the relief hole doesn't need to be that big, I think, but it doesn't hurt either. Don't remove too much material from the circumference of the from the diameter of the wood. So actually, concerning the pen holder, I've got recently saw that there was a guy from the 1600 who actually invented this graphite holder, who was named Konrad Gessner, and this is something that inspires me to do what I'm just doing. But we'll see, because maybe I got it back to front. This is what happened last time too. We all cracked the wood, but no harm done. I would have done this anyway, and actually I need to use less pressure. Now that's the thing with fiber tear outs. The wood tends to crack along their the line of the terrace. And, I am really glad. Currently, I am learning a lot about wood, and actually, it's not just to further my craft, but also because actually I want to understand wood and I want to understand trees. And well, we humans tend to need to take things apart in order to understand. So that's. I'm not really fond of this trade, but it's how we are, and I think well, if we want to change, we need to acknowledge the fact that there is something wrong. And well, what I want to do now is what you've seen me doing on the pen holder. I work my blade into the brain wood, the front of the wood, in order to split it. Not necessarily along the middle, but in order to get to the relief holes I just drilled. What I want to do now is I want to carve the branch a lot, the twig a lot thinner, and to create sort of a conical shape. And given, you see, your wrist always wants to do this scooping motion, so you need to first you need to consciously lock your wrist and always work from the edges, because now I'm removing just the tiniest bit of material, and take care not to turn the. I'm always wanting to do this, but with this motion you will get a spirally pattern in your facets, and that's not what we are aiming for. And give it precision, and precision takes time. Actually, is what I'm not tiring to say is, well, it still isn't rocket science. But make it so that you that it gets a little bit of a meditative air, and just breathe calmly while carving. Goes a long way towards safety, and so don't remove too much at a time, because you really want to keep control of the diameter and the shape. And actually, this is fresh wood. Now I'm left with something like this. We can always modify this later on. What I want to do now is I want to take my small blade, and I want to, starting with the relief holes, I want to carve out what wood there is left towards the end. Actually, these are pretty delicate projects, but actually take your time and don't get intimidated by it. produce a lot of crap, and because eventually, and this will happen faster than you might think it will. Eventually, you will get really great results. And given that I'm just sitting in the woods and whittling away, and you need to see it that way, that the stuff that you use is obviously it is really valuable, and that's not what I want to say. Quite the contrary. But on the other hand, there's no harm done if you ruin it, because, well, it's a learning curve, and it's not that I got that wired and I were a beacon of prowess and integrity and what have you, but because I pretty much know how that feels. I'm always, when I'm all crap at tailoring, by the way, but it's a great example. You get when I need to cut into a piece of cloth, it always hurts, and I postpone this, and the cloth is lying around, not doing anything for years on end, and until I finally get my resolve to. Often several times I already experienced that the moth had eaten my material before I got the resolve to cut into it, and maybe you can relate to that. But don't do this, because if you want to start with material that is abundant and free, and if you do this, you will be perfectly fine. It's nothing that would be costly or something. It's just you will get better eventually, and you don't need to fall for this modern day narrative that you need to be able to do everything expertly first try. And but let's talk Milwaukee, and what I want to do now is I want to saw off the piece I just created, and I'm keeping a distance of about I think about this will suffice. I think it's just short of a centimeter or something, and you want to be really careful and want to make ends meet. The Victorinox saw is pretty great for that, because you can use it in both directions, and that lends a lot of precision to what you're doing. You can modify that went wrong. So anyway, little bit too delicate in the wrong wood, I think. But I would continue, and anyways, I will take some. I think I will take some aged boxwood for what I wanted to create, and just do well, it was the wrong end anyway. What I want to do now is I want to make a stop cut, and I apply a rolling motion in order to really get a platform to work with. So, and now I will reduce the diameter of the wood, and first removing the bark. If you want more precision, you can use chest level cut, and it also lends itself to faster removal of material. You want to use the edges of what you just created Actually, I need to get accustomed to the fresh wood again, because been a long time. Just creating a platform at the moment. A rectangular section. A rectangular cross section in order to maybe that's just my smithing why I like to create a rectangular section or a square section first, because I think, or I feel that this enhances my precision and you're left with something like this. Doesn't need to be that precise because it's just a platform to work from and not the final shape. What you want to do, however, is you want to keep the rectangular cross section towards the stop cut. Just like that. And if you're a beginner, please take note. Keep your blade away from the inside of your legs, because if you cut yourself into this side of the leg, you will maybe bleed a little bit. And but that bleeding can be staunched. If you cut yourself on the inside and you hit your artery or something, you're in for a big problem, because no one would, even if I called the ambulance or something, they wouldn't arrive fast enough to fetch me from the woods. And so always keep that in mind. A knife can be really dangerous, and so you need to take care, and actually you need to take your time. And that said, if you are sitting on a stump like that, you should be fine. And it's not something you need to be absolutely afraid of. That's not what I'm saying, but well, you need to know what you're doing. That's all. And like that. working it down a little bit. The thing is, you should maybe you should do it another way than I am just doing, because I am using fresh wood for this part, and dry wood for this part, and you should do it the other way around, because fresh wood shrinks, and if you get dry wood for this part, I think where you already know where this is going to be headed. Rather complex project, I think, and I know that, but also I'm getting a little bit eager because I'm a little bit in want for time. Now I'm working the edges of the square I created. And now I'm using the edges of the other edges I created, and just leave the square arm over there. What I like to emphasize is that this is not just suitable for one thing, but it's I think it's in the principles, and you can apply a lot of the principles of what I'm just making to other things as well. And don't make it too thin, and I want to create sort of a platform at the end, and already drill a hole. Oh well, 1, 2. That's the problem with a toolbox like this. It's just too many tools at once, and all of them overlaid. This is something I find a little bit hilarious, and that's not because the people were hilarious, but there are a lot of people on the internet bashing Victorinox knives, and because, well, not CBGB Gobelava steel, and whoever needs so many tools. Well, someone who actually wants to use a knife, and Victorinox for sure, because you can create a lot of wonderful things if your prime directive isn't self-defense. And this is something I'm not against self-defense, as I've said countless times, but I don't get why you limit your perspective, why you narrow your mind exclusively to self-defense. Obviously, this knife would be crap for self-defense or what have you, or what people call survival. And actually, as I have also said countless times, time and again, I'm not a survivalist, and I pretty much love my creature comforts. That's not what I'm saying, but the thing is, if I were to make myself at home in the woods, and I would maybe take my garbage or castron knives or what have you, and definitely a Bahco Laplander saw and a little hatchet, and maybe my woodworking tools, all of them, and but it would be possible to create a lot of wonderful things in the forest just with a Victorinox utility knife. And this is something people are missing out on. And the thing is, I own a lot of multi-functional pocket knives. And at one point I was a little bit like all the guys around, because it's mostly guys. Because I didn't understand this knife, and you need to take the time to understand this knife. So now it's a bit of hard work, and I want to take out my. You need to understand. What this knife is all about, and use your tools and get to know your tools. And if you're it's the same with an axe. If you don't know how to use an axe, you will find it also crap. Also, if you don't know it, you won't get great results with it. And that's nothing exclusive to a Victorinox, which is, well, always the same. And that's the reason why craft people go through an apprenticeship, and not because that would be chicanery, but because you need your time to learn how to use your tools and how to get to terms with them, and everything. And what I'm doing is I drill holes in the corners of an imaginary square on this piece of wood. And I think you are already guessing where this will be headed. It will become a spindle, of course, and you could use it for that. And that's this respect. You could use it for spinning wool. Something I also want to try. My lovely woman does that all the time, and I will never be as proficient as she is, but that's not the point, because why not try it? Anyway, she makes fun of me, but there's no such thing as failure as long as you try. Yes, of course, you might not be perfect, or you might not be able to make something you could sell. So what? Oh, this wood is pretty rotten. Well, but actually, then it will just be a demo piece, and I will make myself another. I carve out the square I just created, and take care if you are drilling with your tip with a slip joint. You want to control your blade like this, and keep your fingers away from the line of danger. And I'm going diagonally. And around the edges of the wood. Actually, if you do have a decent workshop, use a wood chisel for that. Would be far easier. This is what I want to do with the piece I want to create in earnest, if you so will. Check it for fit. And as I said, the wood of the wall, if you so will, should be fresh wood, because that way it will dry around the diameter of the spindle and create a really firm connection to fix it. Not that it would be necessary to create a really strong mechanical bond or something, but would not be absolutely necessary, is what I want to say. But I'm making myself a tool to make a tool to make a tool. And maybe this would be the better choice, because this is oak, and I'm just trying to get my head around that. If you want to poke something out, don't put a tip on that's too delicate, like so, like you would on a. So now we are left with something like this. Take note, I'm created that square far smaller than it needs to be in order to get a more precise fit, and also is would be the theory, and in theory this would lend itself to a more precise fit. Actually, the wood is really crap that I'm using. It's actually you can see that it is half rotten. There's a mycelium of a mushroom growing inside it, so checking for fit. Ah well, and you need to be careful though. You don't want a press fit with this kind of wood, because in this direction wood is rather delicate, and given that it's also already pretty rotten, you don't want to split it with because it's a wedge, and like so. And if I were to, you need to check for that. I'm not quite sure if that this will be a good idea, because you can see that's not at all running straight, and I would want a little bit more precision with that, but maybe I come up with an idea. And what I want to do is later on I will add a hole inside there, and maybe I'll stick to the other method with a ring, keeping whatever tool I would want to fit inside there. Maybe I will forge a drill in the forest. How about that? And I will also make sort of a board in order to make this a pump drill. And you can see this is no good. This is going any which way. But I think this is a proof of concept, and I'm looking forward to the next version. And in the meantime, I think the spindle will dry. I will I will show you again how I carve the piece where the tools go in. And you could just split it and put in a flat piece of iron or even stone, or even maybe a piece of elderflower for creating a bow drill, for creating something that would be capable of fire drilling, friction fires, and it would be already pretty capable for creating a friction fire. I also will make a counter a bearing, piece of bearing wood for that, and well, this is how it goes at the moment, how it looks at the moment, and well, do never underestimate the power of the almighty Victorinox, because well, it's pretty great, and I'm really stoked because, well, I can pretty much relate to the people bashing this on first try, because, well, it's not, well, it is self-explanatory, but you don't believe in the potential, because this is a little toolkit in your pocket, and it's, well, you don't realize it's even there. Also, it doesn't look romantic or tactical or what have you, what it is people want in a knife, but it's a pretty great tool to have on you, and I guess the point's made. And well, I hope that was halfway interesting to you. I'm in one for time a little bit now, but you got, I think you got the gist, and I will make another video when I have come to terms with this a little bit more, and maybe show this version again and make another that's a little bit better. And so I hope you found that interesting. You could also make sort of a rapier for your kids in that way, by the way. Just add a piece of elderflower to clamp this down, and you do have a nice rapier for your kids. And just occurred to me. You might want to scoop out this piece though. Well, I'm not all serious about this, but well, it's also it's a pretty great for kids, and so don't take it all too serious, because well, life is serious enough. That said, hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was halfway entertaining, even though I didn't give you any results, because it's a pretty complex project I was trying out myself first try, and as a proof of concept, it's a success. And don't let failure intimidate you, because your mistakes. I made a mistake because I used too delicate wood for. It should have been a wedge going inside a hole, which is how the Gessner pen holder works. But the pen Konrad Gessner developed in 1600 was turned on a lathe from boxwood, and boxwood is a really strong wood, and it's not comparable to hazel, and the wedge as well as the body of the pen were made from boxwood. And actually the veg must be pretty durable and made from pretty quality wood, and which this isn't. On the other hand, as a proof of concept or as a first try, I think this was intriguing, even though there is ways to go still. But if you apply the principle, you can make a fire drill like that, and I already drilled a hole because this should be a pump drill. And well, that said, hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I had a lot of fun making it, but there is still ways to go, and that's a good thing. And so that's it. I hope you stay sane and healthy, and thanks for watching, thanks for being here. You all are really appreciated, and I hope to see you soon. Take good care. Bye.